In this lesson, we'll finish the home page. The last thing we need to do here is create the contact form modal. So let's jump back to Coda, and I'll create the modal right below the nav bar, right here. So we'll start with a div, class modal, and also we'll give it an ID of modal contact form. Now this ID is the same one we supplied the trigger link in the nav bar. Okay, now each modal window has three major components: the header, the body, and the footer. So let's do that. Div modal header plus div modal body plus div modal footer. Okay, the header will contain the title, which is an H3. So let's say contact us. And also a close button. Button with a class of close. And we'll say data dismiss equals modal. This basically means when you click it, it's going to close the modal. For content, we'll say times for an X. So let's check it out. All right. Now clicking the button won't do anything because it needs to be hidden first in order for the button to work. So let's move on to the modal body. This will contain the actual form. So we'll do a simple form with three fields, and it will have a class of form horizontal. The form horizontal, if you remember from the lesson, the theory lessons, will align all the inputs to the left and the labels to the right. And while the markup for this form is a bit more complex, it's not that hard. Each label and its control must be wrapped in a div with a class of control group. And then we'll have label. With the class of control label, this will ensure the alignment is spot on. Let's do contact name. Name. All right. Now each control, such as an input, must be wrapped in a div with a class of controls. And we'll say input. Type should be text. Let's give it an ID of contact name. All right, perfect. Now let's duplicate this control group 3 times because we have 3 fields. And the second one should be for email. Input type email. Okay, and the last one will be message. Div class controls, and instead of an input, we'll have a text area. And the name is going to be contact message. Same goes for the ID. And that's it. Let's have a look. Name, email, message. All right, let's add a submit button. So div, let's do class control group, which contains a div with a class of controls. And inside we'll do an input. Type's going to be submit. And the class is going to be btn. And also btn primary to make it stand out more. And value, let's do send message. And that's it. All right. So the modal body is complete. Let's move on to the modal footer, which in our case we'll just add like a secondary button which will close the modal. So href, we can leave that blank. Data dismiss modal, and also give it a class of btn. Cancel. Okay, great. Now, of course, the modal window has to be hidden. So we're going to add the class of hide. Okay, so click. Okay, so that works. And also I'm gonna add the class of fade. This will just create a nice fade-in effect for the contact form. Okay, well, that's about it for this lesson. A very quick one, but we finished the home page. In the next one, we'll finish, or actually we'll build the products page. So I'll see you there.